Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. It has not escaped my notice that our finances are very good, and I think we have the ability to expand the construction sector. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw... I think we're going to bring each of our states actually up to 16. I think 16 is where I want to go. Oop. Not that many in Holland or Flanders. Flanders... -1. Holland, -1. So that'll bring us up to 80 construction sectors. But I think we can tolerate that. I'm going to throw those in at the top of the construction queue, and that'll help us get all this done. And that's going to help. That's going to also be helpful for making our glassworks productive. Now, we are a little bit short on iron and a little bit short on steel, so we'll continue to expand that. Wallonia, I think we're maxed out on iron mines. Let me take a quick look at our tech tree here. In production, how far are we away actually from compression ignition? We're not that far. Oh, we got a couple over here that are gonna take a long time. All right, yeah, we still got quite a few. All right, so we'll wait on that. We'll do the military ones for now. Although, gosh, Shaggy, it would be nice to have our own sources of silk, frankly. Do I want to do it? Do I want to get art silk? Synthetic plants producing art silk are never productive. Never. No, I don't think it's worth putting off our military advancements for. How are we vis-a-vis our innovation cap? Oh my goodness. Our innovation cap is way higher than I thought. And I need to build more universities. I need to build them fast. So, before we do any of that, let's see. Let's go ahead and bring our universities up to, I think, 10. Get us to our innovation cap. And have a little bit left over to overflow into other stuff, because we need it. Into spread. Because that's going to be important. Gosh, I didn't even realize. Alright, so now we are costing ourselves money, but we are building at a very prodigious rate at this stage. So, how does that impact the market? Lead is still very expensive. Steel is still very expensive. Glass is still good to go, though. I haven't outrun my glass needs, so that's very important. Delicious water. Let me see. I'm definitely going to need more steel mills and more iron mines. Let's go ahead and throw some more iron mines in our puppet states while we've got the ability to do so. Wow, no iron at all in the Marina Kingdom. Interesting. Maxed out in Majertine. No iron in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a dominion. I might turn them into a puppet, because that would give me... I think that would make Isaaq my vassal. And if not, I can just take them over, and then I can shove them into Majertine, and that'll be nice. Let me just make sure I'm not off the road with one of my other vassals. It doesn't look like it. So, Ethiopia, look at me. You're a puppet state now. Ah, and now I have Isaaq as a dominion. So that's fine. Does that give me a truce with Isaaq? It does not. I can probably infamy reduce their autonomy. 42% chance they'll say yes. Let's go ahead and hit that button. If not, we'll fight. I don't think anyone's gonna stand against me over here. Beautiful. Easy peasy. Now, where do we have... Do I have iron in any of these other subject states? It's not great. I do, but I've already maxed out North Borneo. Okay, interesting. So what I actually need is more iron sources. Do I have iron anywhere else in the Imperial Core? This is an important question to answer for myself, which I've probably answered for myself more than once already. It looks like the answer is no. I'm going to increase hardwood production because clearly that's more productive than softwood production. We're doing focused here, so where else would it be more productive to do focused? Nowhere. Alright. And in Friesland, would it be more productive to do only hardwood production? No, it would not. Alright. Cool. We're good. We're good to go. So, I'm going to need to find a source of iron. Let's see. Well, I guess we'll just talk to the usual suspects then. France, Prussia, Britain. I got a lot of trade partners. Okay. Still building up these oil rigs around the world. Gosh, I had no idea I wasn't actually at my innovation cap. That's incredible. I guess literacy has gone up a lot in the past, 20 years with standard of living being as high as it is. I got the lower stardom up to middling. That's incredible. Oh, I'm feeling very full of myself about that. Wonderful. So, there's a giant movement for consumption-based taxation, Isaaq. But that's okay. We're going to incorporate them into Majertine. And that's going to be fine. I feel like conquering Walega is probably the right call. It's going to be 5.1 infamy. Again, nobody that I'm afraid of is interested in standing against. So, let's go ahead and do it. We'll just pull them into Ethiopia. I don't need to send much of a force at all. We'll just send the Republican Guard to get in there and do the thing. The only countries who are even close that could potentially impact are Egypt and Gaza, but I'm not afraid of either of them. This is probably something a long time in the making, but I think I didn't know that I was going to have Ethiopia on my side at that time, so... Ooh, rubber and Gondar. That's fun. How's infrastructure? Infrastructure in Gondar is not good. They need a new railway. They're currently building one. Let's build another. How's infrastructure in the rest of Ethiopia? It's not great in Oromia either. I'm building some railways there. I must be. I'm not. All my other building is in France. Alright. Well, you got some railways under construction there, so that's fine. And you got some in Amhara as well. Alright, easy peasy. Easy peasy. Not worrying about anything like that. Bunch of war goals getting added here. But none of them in my diplomatic play. Where are we? Ottoman Empire. Oh, the Greeks and the Ottomans are fighting again. Well, gosh. We'll see how that goes. I feel like the Greeks and the Ottomans fought a little while ago, and it ended up being a nothing burger. Denmark is having a communist revolt at this point. I thought they were still in their other revolt. Where is Denmark? Is Denmark just this one island? Oh my gosh, there's France and Britain are still in that war. Oh yeah, it's raging across Africa, in fact. Britain is winning in the war that is raging across Africa, but obviously none of that is going to avail them going after France proper. So this situation... 2 hours. Alright. We should be able to knock this out. I'm not worried at all about this. So in the Greco-Ottoman thing, I don't think me getting involved is going to change anybody's opinion. Oh, everyone has bailed out except for Russia, Austria, and Scandinavia. So if I stand with the Greeks, if I stand with the Ottomans, I'm functionally standing alone. If I ask for a war goal, hold on, now the wheels are turning. Because I'm getting an idea, and that idea is if I can conquer Baghdad and Basra, then I can form Iraq as a puppet state and turn them into a Dutch, into a Netherlander puppet state and extract a lot of oil from them, which I think might be the right call, but I can only do it. Nah, I would want to do it at, hold on, 5.6, 6.8. I could do it in one war. I'm going to leave this situation be for now and kick off my own war in a little bit. This situation in Kutch can go. I am not involved. I don't wish to be involved. Beautiful. We're winning here. We got the area partially occupied, and we'll soon have it fully occupied. Alright, I'm feeling very confident. Let's get some steel mills under construction to support our the growth of our industry. How's population doing in these areas? 5 million in Holland, 3.5 million in Friesland, 4.5 million in Gelre, 6 million in Flanders, 6 million in Wallonia. Flanders is doing a little bit rough. So we'll go ahead and build there. And then we'll build up Friesland. And then we'll build up Wallonia as well. Oh, what the heck, we'll build up Holland. We'll make a bunch of steel mills. Everyone likes steel. Let me see, Venezuela is having a radical uprising. So what's going on over there? Beautiful. So, Ethiopia, States, Dutch Amhara. Here you go. And now Ethiopia is as united as I can get it, at least for now. So Venezuela has a landed voting presidential republic. They're trying to separate church and state, and this revolt is about state religion. But they're also increasing the franchise. What an interesting, fascinating situation. I am tempted to intervene on the side of the rebels. They're doing a state religion, but... So let me see, that'll undoubtedly bring Brazil into it. But I can take Brazil. I'm not scared of you, Brazil. Am I at my innovation cap yet? I am. Huh. Excellent. How much are we getting in spread from unspent innovation? Not that much, but we're doing all right. We're doing all right. All right, so that means this research should go at a good clip. Infertile grounds. Finding both the Dutch public and supposed political allies unreceptive to his ideas and frustrated, Camille Deswert has decided to retire from the realm of politics, opting instead to spend the rest of his days penning embittered reflections on what could have been. I give these bumpkins the truth, and how am I rewarded? With deafening silence. They call Brussels a city of ideas, of culture. The only evidence of cultivation I found in that cesspool of the city came from the fields outside of it, and even they were poorly cared for. Good riddance to you all, I say, sirs. Good riddance to you all. Let me see. So this is our protectionist. Yeah, that's fine if he retires. We let him peddle his ideas in peace far away from Brussels. It gives the trade unions a slight increase in strength. We can politely inform him his presence is unwanted. This exiles him. Or we can say he just needs a little nudge to get back in the game. That causes us to spend a pile of cash and increases his popularity by a bit. I don't need a protectionist. We'll let him peddle his ideas in peace away from Brussels. Alright, so Venezuela. Particularly radical Venezuela. Will you become a subject? You will not. That's a shame, because I really wanted a subject. With that said, again, temptation is high. Who do you have in power? You have the petit bourgeois and the Catholic Church. No, I think I... Oh, but the government's got the landowners in power. Gorsh, Shaggy. It's not great either way, friends. I'm going to do my own thing. And in this case, my own thing is taking a run at the Ottoman Empire. So, if I do this, no one is likely to support them. So let's do it. Alright, they refused our demand. That is expected. I'm going to throw one more war goal for Baghdad on here. That's not that much infamy. That's only 15 infamy. Can I grab one more? Can I get Mosul or Deir ez-Zor? Deir ez-Zor I could get. Could I get both? I might be able to. Oh, heck, let's do it. Oh, am I flying too close to the sun here? I'm not. I'm gonna do it. Alright, I'm very close to 2 infamous, but it's fine. I'm not gonna add any of them to the primary. If they back down, then it is what it is. I'm gonna raise these conscripts. That's not the button I want. And the Republican Guard. And then I've got a 5th army somehow. We will close them out. And I'm actually going to station the Republican Guard in Majertine. I'm going to station the fleet over here. Yeah, and I think we'll end up throwing troops in. The Ottoman Empire is pretty distracted over there. So I think if the Greeks can hold out just a bit longer, I'll be in a position to participate. So, a Social Democratic Party's anti-alcohol policy is hurting their electoral prospects, as scores of thirsty voters flock to the Catholic Party, hoping that a change in government will see an end to the country's temperance policies. Resist temptation? I'll tell you what tempts me. Shoving this boot here up you moralizing teetotalers you-know-wheres. I want a drink, I'll have a drink. And if you shan't let me, I'll go to those who will. No beer, no vote, extra momentum for the Catholics. Or in a smear campaign against these immoral bacchanalians. Reduce momentum for the Social Democrats, increase momentum for the Catholics. So I've got an important decision to make here. I have no historical data. Social Democrats are pretty strong. Catholic Party's only a little bit strong. I'm going to let the Catholics get the momentum, because I don't think it's going to affect things. Let me see. Ooh, malaria prevention. That's fun. So this is a colonial war. I'm going to ignore it. This is a rebellion in the Philippines. I'm dealing with my own thing right now. Rebellion in the United Tribes, dealing with my own thing right now. And sadly for Venezuelan freedom, I think I must decline to get involved in that situation there. Let's station one more army in Majertine, just to make sure that we've got a little bit more troops to follow on. Venezuela, sorry, you'll just have to sort it out yourselves. La Hedge, that's not my business. Alright, get experience early. An audacious move by Jean-Francois de Fax saw a crowd publicly divided on a matter close to home, the Free Trade Party's explicit support of child labor. Step right up, kids, and enjoy a day in the sun. That's right, you get 5 bob a day to pick fruit and play in the grass, and you get the time outside your parents are always nagging you about. Get away from them, get out in the sun, and build those strong muscles and birthing hips you'll need for your own families. Help out Old Man Jenkins today. Don't listen to him, kids. Off to school. Reduce momentum. Or perhaps Phillipe DeVille would like to send a delegation to Jean-Francois de Vac's workplaces. Interesting. Significantly reduce momentum. Small chance he gets cruel. I'll go with the second one. That sounds interesting. That sounds like a fun time. So did he become cruel? He did not. Oh my goodness, we passed the French. At least briefly. Briefly. You know, we are fully mobilized, so don't quote us on, it's not that big of a thing. But you know, we're doing it. We're building a strong country. And the next step in prestige is Great Britain, and that's going to be a freaking minute. Looks like the Greeks are doing a little bit better over here in the west, so I'm hoping I can continue to get what I want to get. Engaging the people. Burkhard Classet has embarked on a dedicated campaign to organize the poor urban workers in Gelre, shaping them into a cohesive and powerful pro-social democratic voting bloc. If any man, woman, or child is neglected, abandoned, and left with no voice or hope, how can we say the Dutch nation is truly civilized? The people of Gelre have awakened, 30% momentum for the Social Democrats, 5% of lower stardom pops in the whole country become more loyal, and reduced political strength from wealth in Gelre for 9 years. Oh, that's strong. Or the strategy should be repeated nationwide, 10% momentum, but the same impact everywhere. I'm going to go with the first one. 30% momentum and 5% of lower stardom pops more loyal is just really, really strong. I think we're actually at over 50% loyalists at this point. We've got an extremely loyal government. This is wonderful. This Lanfang situation is not any of my business. Let me see. Alright, this is good. This is actually really good. We are, because all their forces are over here. And I am about to launch myself a naval invasion to get the territories I want to get. So, first things first. Let's put the boys in there. It's going to be 2 weeks. And hopefully that will get us where we want to get. So are they sending an army to resist? It looks like probably not. Now if I can take all this territory, life will be excellent. Home Defense Force is going to go in as soon as I've landed. And happily, none of my subjects decided to show up there. Alright, so we got... And that's a front. Yes, unopposed naval invasion is extremely effective. And we are on our way forward. They have continued to be unable to oppose. So I think we're just going to grab what we're going to grab and get out of the war. I think this might be a strategic decision on their part to allow them to focus on the Greeks. Because the Greeks are really beating the Ottomans hard over there. Let's say that's a bad morale bar. Things are going bad in the Ottoman Empire. Well, we sure are advancing fast. Right, there's Deir ez-Zor. Here's Mosul. And there's our election. Excellent. Well, good performance in a war helps out your electoral prospects for sure. Alright. I've got all 4 of the territories I want. Would you accept peace? Not really. Alright, I'm going to need to run down your war support. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright, how is the election going? Election is once again swept the Social Democratic Party into a massive victory. Intelligentsia are thinking about putting themselves back into the party. Coming crawling back. Let's do it. More votes to the primary party is always good. USA is going after Tunis to conquer Tunisia. Alright, now they've taken notice. At least a little bit. They've got some armies wandering about. I'm happy to let this war be done as soon as you want it to be, Ottoman Empire. I've got what I need, so if you want to just go ahead and capitulate, that'll be fine. All right, Austria-Hungary is fighting against the Americans. I want to get this done because I'm extremely highly mobilized right now, and I can't afford to maintain this stance forever. So I want to reset before getting involved in another conflict. I got the Ottoman Empire partially occupied, but not that occupied. 5 more minutes in the episode. I bet I could finish this before the end of the episode, and then we'll make ourselves an Iraq. All right. And now they're losing bad against the Greeks. Swiss obligation expired. Switzerland. Let's be better friends. How about I take on your debt again? Give me another obligation. It's good to be the king. And we're finally working on these steel mills. Does that put us at the end of our construction queue? It does. Well, that's fine. I'll probably leave the construction queue where it is until the end of the war. Ottoman Empire, you gotta be getting close to wanting to surrender. All I'm taking is Iraq, and I'm just going to get there and build oil. I'm doing big oil, Ottoman Empire. Don't you want oil? Delicious black gold? Don't you like it? Well, I just let this one go, so I'm gonna have to let it go. I was focusing on other things. I don't regret it. Hey, you. Go to the front, please. Please go to the front. Not that it matters. I think we're for sure gonna win, but, you know, sure would be nice if you would go to the front. Land reclamation hasn't popped off yet, but we'll see. We'll see that bar starting to get filled eventually. Should be just a couple more weeks here before the Ottoman Empire surrenders the rest of the territory that we desire. Excuse me. And there it goes. They're very thoroughly occupied now. They still don't want to. We're going to need to run them down completely. Ottoman Empire, you're sacrificing a bunch of territories to Greece here. Ottoman Empire, all you need to do is give me the territory you know you can't hold, and I will stop fighting you, and then you can focus on fighting the Greeks, your true enemy. Gold discovered in West Borneo, that's fun. Anti-Scandinavian League offers opportunity. A defensive act of Mecklenburg. This is not in our interests. Students rally to enact protectionism. A group of students attending the University of Bologna have arranged a demonstration in support of the movement to enact protectionism. The display has inspired other students to join the cause. The lecture hall was barren. There were always 1 or 2 students missing for illnesses, travel, or family occasions, but nothing of this scale. There were 3 or 4 students per row, each thrown in sharp contrast by the empty seats to their sides. It was material for a lecture of its own, he thought, like a heap of sand whose grains had blown away one after another until its form had suddenly changed. So followed what had once been a class. The youth of the United Netherlands will lead the youth will lead the United Netherlands into the future. Extra political strength. Increased support for protectionism, or they ought to focus on their studies. Some radical academics. I'm going to do the first one. Ooh, but I'm going to lose university throughput. We'll do the second one. It's fine. Radical academics are not a problem for me. Come on, Ottoman Empire, you can do it. I believe in your ability to surrender. Give me a rock! Give me a rock! I want it so bad. They'll accept a white piece. You know, their morale is held remarkably well, but I've got huge occupation at this time, so I should be able to get what I want to get within... Alright, here we go. Beautiful. Alright, we got all of our conquests. Post-peace deal. Alright. These areas are a little devastated, but that's okay. So, let's go ahead and... I think it's going to be in cultures. Diplomacy. Release subject. Iraq. It's only going to get 3. Oh, interesting. But I can grant them... Ooh, but do I want... Oh, actually... It's going to release with the same politics that I have. So they're going to have cultural exclusion. So, Mosul is... mostly Mashriki, Assyrian, Turkish. So Kurdish. Kurdish are Irano-Turanian and Middle Eastern heritage. So with cultural exclusion, those people will have the same rights under Iraq as a government that aligns with, that has Mashriki as its primary, which I believe Iraq does. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that and have faith in have faith in liberalism. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. I can release Belgium. Release Assyria. What is that? I'm tempted just to find out, but I think we're gonna release Iraq. I think we're gonna do it the way we plan to do it. Release his own subject country, absolutely. And then, so they're a puppet, and I'm going ahead as my first act. I'm going to grant them Deir ez-Zor. Alright, and we will work on developing that territory next time. But that is all the time we've got for this episode. It's been a nice, successful episode. My nerds, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.